Look back and hearing the episode of the podcast. And today, now that the year is just coming to a close, I just wanted to kind of give y'all some things to go into 2025 and just kind of go over my goals a little bit and just kind of wrap up the year, I guess. I don't really know how I want to get into it. Well, I do know how I want to get into this one. I have a whole essay in front of me, but just kind of giving y'all some tools going into the new year and just kind of reflecting on the year as a whole, kind of. So first thing that really goes into reflecting is appreciating progress. Now with the year, coming to a close, I've now realized just the beauty of the process and how much progress you can really make over a year of just consistently stacking bricks over an extended period of time. And just, this is really the year that I learned about consistency going into coming out of 2023, the back half of the year, but I really saw the potential consistency and just how far it can take you. Just, obviously with running, because when I started, it was funny because I was talking to my grandpa the other day when I was on the way back from the gym. I was like, this time of year, I remember because I ran a mile time trial just on my own. It was at the middle school track near where I live, but I just ran on my own just to see where my mile was. 'Cause this is when I started to transfer over from the 400 to long distance training. Well, long distance running, I mean. But anyway, I ran a 6:20.7, and that was like an all-out mile. And then now my current personal best going into 2025, my fault. Going into 2025 is a 5:07.2, so that's a whole minute and like 13 seconds, I believe, of progress, which is it's just good to see. Because the thing is, I feel like I've noticed with society and just me, just going through life and just doing things, I've realized that a lot of us are just in a go mentality. And when you're in a go mentality, you just forget to really appreciate where you started and where you're at right now. Now it's not a moment to be complacent, just be like, oh, I did all this, I'm at a 5:07 or I'm at a sub 5 miles, so I'm done. That's not the point. The point is to be content of where you're at and be like, all right, this is where we're at now. And then, it's cool that, I came from 6:20 and now I'm at 5:07. And that's just a testament to what consistency can do. And this is just a clear example of what happens when you endure a process and just commit to being consistently good. And it's just crazy to me, bro, because it's no one is special. I'm not special. Michael Jordan isn't special. Kobe isn't special. Whoever that's had a multitude of success, they're not special. It's just they've been consistently good over an extended period of time. That's it. Doesn't matter. It could be recipes like I do. It could be art. It could be basketball. I've said this a plenty amount of times, and I'm not gonna stop saying it in 2025 because that time difference is a clear example of what happens when you endure a process and you're just consistently good and unrelentingly consistent. That was a mouthful of words for me. Words are hard, kids. But anyway, I just think we just really, when we're in a go mentality, we just forget, mentally, and we forget, to really evaluate and be grateful for where we came from. Because a lot of times you might be like, you kind of downplay yourself a little bit. You just kind of forget who you are and where you came from, and just the whole process and the whole, progress it took. Well, not the whole progress, but the progress you made, picking up the little pebbles over an extended period of time and just stacking bricks. But I think all progress is good progress. You may have days where you miss your goal or you don't execute something the way you wanted to, and that's all right. That's a part of the process. And I feel like this is where you really should lean into really appreciating the process and really appreciating all the little wins, because all the little ones add up. It might not seem significant in the moment, but I mean, as I see with the year ending, and hopefully you see with the year ending, all of them add up, and it creates a bigger picture. But I just think the first thing going into 2025, just appreciating the progress and appreciating the process and just appreciating where you've come from, because I feel like I said, a lot of us just kind of forget just because we're on to the next thing, instead of being content and just really evaluating where you're at in that state of your life. But appreciating progress, I think it's important. And, I just think I've made a lot of progress this year. Hopefully you have too. And I think 2025 is just taking the progress you've made and just going even more forward with it. But honestly, I just really wanted to mention the beauty of consistency because it's just crazy how just being unrelentingly consistent every day, just stacking bricks, holding your standard, how far it can take you and how, how it can really build your legacy down the line. But other than that, second thing I kind of want to go into, which it kind of goes into, transitioning into the new year, the constant evolution. I just think one of the main goals I think anyone should have in mind going into New Year is evolving, just getting 1% better, stacking bricks, learning new things, being a lifelong student, and just being open to new opportunities and new ways of doing things. Because I don't think you should be stuck in, or be married to any type of way of doing things. Now, obviously, like I mentioned before, certain things don't change. Consistency, discipline, intentionality, gratitude, leaning into adversity, all the fun jazz, that doesn't change. You're always gonna have that as a cornerstone of whatever you do in life. But I think there's this, the new year is a kind of a state of renewal, a state of reflection and renewal, just learning how to do certain things better, certain things, because obviously, like I mentioned, there's a lot of progress you made over the years, but also there's a lot of things you might have went wrong and a lot of things you might have not gotten right yet. Like maybe you haven't learned to be grateful, or maybe there's a relationship with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or maybe your mom or your dad or whoever it may be that isn't 100% there yet, and there's some things y'all need to work on. Maybe y'all need to learn how to trust each other more. Maybe y'all just have a whole nother thing going on, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of things as people we need to work on. We're never gonna be perfect, but it's just working on it the best we can and just evolving and learning. Okay, maybe I should change this, or maybe I should lean into more into this, or lean more out of this, or whatever the case may be. I just think it's just the new year presents new opportunities to learn, new ways to adapt, new ways to push yourself to levels you may have never thought you were capable of. And just, I think the key is to hold the standard, being consistently good instead of occasionally great, having integrity, being intentional, stuff like that. But just being open to change and adaptation, and using this new year to learn more about yourself, build better relationships with your tribe and loved ones, and just evolve and just keep going, keep getting after it. But I think it should always be a constant evolution. I don't think, like I said in the first section, you shouldn't ever be complacent, but be content and just be more open to new opportunities and new ways to do things that you may haven't really fully wrapped your head around yet. But that's kind of what I wanted to go over with that part, the constant evolution. But the third part I want to go over, and I think this one is a big one because I see this a lot with New Year's resolutions, is people saying they're going to do things and they don't really follow through at all. Motivation will not save you, because every year on the first day of the month, there's some people that it be buku people in the gym or buku people wherever, fitness related, or buku people on the internet saying, oh, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds, or oh, I'm gonna go to the gym more consistently, or I'm gonna chase that new PR, I'm gonna run a marathon, I'm gonna run a half marathon. That's cool and all, but after a month, it's crickets. You hear nothing. Them same people that went to the gym for like 2 days are gone. It's a ghost island. They're not there. It's just, this is a case of people being extremely motivated because it's the new year. Like, oh, I get a new restart, fresh restart, which is great. I think it's a great way to approach things and a great opportunity, be in a mode of renewal, and to be in a mode of transition, and be in a mood of, not a mood, but a mode of, trying new things and being better, and trying to change for the better, whatever the case may be. But if you rely on motivation, you're gonna be doomed. I'm sorry, because the thing is about motivation, it's fleeting. It leaves. It never stays. It's temporary. It's short term. Because there's nothing wrong with being motivated, but I just think if you lean too much into that, you're doomed. Because the thing is, once it leaves, what do you have? You have nothing. But the thing is, if you have motivation, which is fine, I have moments I might be a little bit more motivated, but the thing is, when it leaves, there's discipline, there's consistency, there's hard standards. Motivation is not a hard standard. It's just, honestly, just a feeling. You feel motivated, whoop de whoop, ha ha, and then it leaves, and then you're like, oh, what do I do now? But the thing is, that's why when it leaves, you have to keep going, and you have to keep leaning into that, and you have to really learn, okay, now I know what I really need. Discipline, I need, intentionality, all the stuff I always talk about. That's what you really need. That's the hard answer, because the thing is, people think they have to be motivated to eat healthier, eat, cleaner foods or whatever, however you want to say that, or, go to the gym, build muscle. You can be motivated. That's cool. That's cool and all, but you really need to be disciplined, and you really need to be determined, and you really need to be consistently good. That's the main thing. It's not motivation that's going to really gander you all the success you want in life. But I just think also I want to mention here, changing your life and achieving the goals you desire in 1 month, in a 1 month winter arc or a 75-day challenge. I'm not gonna lie, when I see this winter arc stuff, I ain't gonna lie, it just makes me kind of cringe. I'm like, bro, no, stop it. This is stop it. Like it's cool, and I understand. Like, you're on a villain arc, like you're what I'm saying. Like, you're starting to lock in or whatever people say now. But I don't think it's a winter arc or a 75-day challenge or whatever the case may be. It's a lifelong pursuit of stacking consistent bricks over an extended period of time. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with making New Year resolutions or doing a winter arc or whatever. If that helps you, get into the mode, that's cool and all. But I just think, don't let it just be a one-time thing. The thing is with health and fitness and making a legacy for yourself and your family, just being a leader and setting an example, setting a standard. It's not a 1 day thing, a 1 week thing, a 1 month thing, a 3 month thing. It's a lifetime thing. You have to be fully committed to it. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym for 2 weeks and then I'm gonna fall off, and then I'm gonna do this yo-yo diet, and then I'm gonna diet and then fall off and gain the weight back. And no, it's a lifelong thing. That's the thing. And I think that's why a lot of people fall off, because they lean into habits that are unsustainable. And if you really realize that it's a journey and this is a lifelong thing that you have to be committed to, you can be sustainable. You don't have to be rigid. It's a journey. You go along, you go with the punches. You don't have to be super rigid and black and white about it. You just pick something that you can stay consistent with, pick something that's sustainable, and keep it pushing and keep learning as you go. It doesn't have to be super rigid or, oh, I only have 100 days. No, it's a lifelong thing. You have a whole, life isn't guaranteed, but at the same time, it doesn't have to be restricted. You can, it's a learning process, and it's a journey, So third thing, motivation will not save you. Don't lean on to motivation. Lean into discipline and other habits that really are really hard standards. But the fourth thing I want to go into is making goals. I just think making a list of new goals going into New Year is key. It provides a direction, intention, and acts as a guide as you go through 2025. Now, these goals don't have to be the end all be all. Obviously, these will change, when you learn new things about yourself, or maybe a situation changes, or whatever the case may be. I don't think it should be the end all be all, but it should be a baseline, a starting point for how you want to approach the new year, not a definite end point. And I just think if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And your plans don't have to be rigid, but they should be somewhat clear and concise. I think if you go into anything, well, obviously certain things you have to be naive to, get into it. Like with running, I feel like you might have to be naive to get into it, because if you know everything, you might scare yourself out of doing it. But I think when you're going into the new year, you should have a purpose and a clear direction of kind of what you want to get at. Like I said, it doesn't have to be super black and white or super rigid or super like hard and stern, but it should be like clear. It should be very, very obvious what you want to do. And I just think outlining these, as the year begins to close, it just, like I said, paints a direction, and it just paints a purpose, and it paints just kind of the journey you want to take yourself on, and just kind of where you want to lean into things you might want to stop doing, things you want to do more of, and it just makes it more clear. It just makes it, like I said, more clear. That's kind of what I want to say. I can't really think of any other words right now to describe it, but I just think making goals is very key, and I think you should definitely consider it going into New Year. Like maybe you want to get into running, you want to run 20 miles a week, so put that, like I would just lay it all out in your notes app or Google Keep if you use an Android, or just write it down. Go old school with it, write it down. But I just think it's very important to have an actual physical outline of what you want to do and things you want to get after that next year. But other than that, fifth thing I want to leave y'all off with is kind of my goals going into 2025. Now, obviously, I'm not gonna spill all the beans because I just want y'all to see. Cause I like surprising y'all. Like with the recipes, I don't really be telling y'all much. I just like dropping them and then I just like seeing the reaction. But I'm not finna put myself on blast. Well, put myself on blast. Wait, I'm not exposing myself. That's not what I'm gonna say. I just don't want to put it all out there yet. I just want y'all to see it. That's what I'm gonna say. Put myself on blast. I'm crying. Anyway. Obviously, the main focus now with cross-country season being over is having the best track season I can. And the main goal right now, this is the main goal I'm going to give y'all, sub 5 mile. Because I'm obviously 5:07, about 8 seconds off of sub 5. So, I don't really have a solid goal for the 2 mile yet. That's another event I'm running. I think I'm going to run the 8, the mile, the 2 mile. Maybe a 4x4 here and there if coach wants to throw me in it. But I don't really have a solid goal for the 2 mile yet since this is my first year running it. But once I run my official one, I'll have a new, kind of baseline to go from there. But other than the sub 5 mile, just consistently stacking bricks and just seeing how far I can go and take this thing. Let's just keep being consistently good and just, because it's taking me this far and I'm just curious to where it takes us next year. I think next year is going to be crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's gonna be crazy. But other than that, just building up the podcast where I'm at right now, building up Instagram, TikTok. I ain't know if I'm gonna be on TikTok because they talking about banning it, so it might just be Instagram and YouTube. But either way, we still gonna keep going. But just being a leader for more people and getting into a larger community, because I feel like I have a lot of good information and I just really want to share it with people and kind of squash all that misinformation. Because one of my biggest pet peeves, I just hate misinformation. Because the thing is, if someone is telling someone something wrong, and you're right there in your head and you know the exact answer, or I think a better situation. Let's say a teacher's, because this happened to me the other day. I was going through it. I'm not gonna lie. A teacher's asking a student a question and you know the answer and they're getting it wrong, and it's very similar to that. Like, it's just so irritating because you know the answer and you're trying to tell them and you're trying to spread quality information so it can actually change people's lives instead of destroy them. And I just think building a larger community, it'll help spread the word around, just build a bigger tribe and just help teach people some things that they may not know. But I just think 2024 is great, but 2025 will be even better. Just trusting the process, being relentlessly consistent, just being true to my standards and values. I just think 2025, just take what we got now, learn, fix the things that we weren't so good at, and lean into the things that we know that works. Is the main thing is being consistent. You don't got to be special. You just got to be consistently good and just get after it. That's the main thing. But obviously this isn't the last episode of 2024, but I was just in my notes just planning out a podcast and this just came to mind. So but make 2025 a good one. Just take what you learn from here, leave what probably didn't serve you well, and just keep learning. But other than that, that was the episode, and I'm gonna see you guys next time.